Lately, a lot of my patients have been coming in complaining of just being completely exhausted, which is really common this time of year. The stretch between January 1st and April 1st is particularly long. And as I talked about in my last video, we are in the water element. And the water element asks us to slow down, to take some time, to create some quiet in our lives. And as we do that, what it says is we're able to regenerate and we're able to rejuvenate. The thing is we live in a very modern time, and sometimes it's hard to do that. You don't need a lot of time. 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day could be really, really helpful. And an oil that can help you do it is nutmeg. Now, nutmeg has a particularly strong scent to it, so I wouldn't take really deep inhales of it. If you want to smell it, you just smell it really light right underneath the nose. And what you'll notice right away is that it has a pungent quality. So something that's pungent is going to just instantly lift the energy up. But then it also has notes of being a little bit woody and a little bit rooty. So a rooty oil, what a rooty oil does is it brings us down. And what a woody oil does is it brings us into our center. And then it has a quality of sweetness to it, which that sweetness just kind of rocks you a little bit. So what the oil does is it brings you down, it brings you in, it rocks you gently, and it lifts you up and out. So it brings you down and in so that you can lift up and out, which is really so important. So a way that you could use nutmeg is you just take a drop. So you take one drop, you put it on the index fingers, you rub it between the two index fingers, and you place one on your heart space, which is CV17, you can look it up, and one on CV4, which is right over the pubic bone. And you hold the two of them, and you hold it for a minute. And what it does is it brings you down, just like I said, and it lifts you up. The nutmeg has a wonderful affinity for the heart and for the kidneys. Now remember, in Chinese medicine, the heart is represented by fire and the kidney is represented by the water. So what happens a lot of time is the water burns out and then the fire kind of rages on. And then that leads to that anxiety and that jittery feeling and that I don't even have to say anymore. So when we take the oil and we just place it on those 2 points, it creates this wonderful marriage and it allows us to relax. Another place you could put it is right on the back of du four. It's right where the true waist is, right on the spine. And just hold it, again, hold it just for a minute. I use nutmeg on every one of my patients and I use it year round. And the reason I use it is because most of us are up here doing what needs to be done and we need to come in and we need to come down to find out what it is we truly need. So get some nutmeg. I think you'll find it really helpful this season.